She told me I was possessive for not wanting her to share a bed with her ex. 3 days later, she begged me back after his girlfriend caught them. I didn't answer because I was on a date with someone who actually respects boundaries. That I'll be honest, I wasn't the jealous type. I never went through phones, never stalked social media, never interrogated her about who she texted. But even the calmest guy has a limit, and mine was crossed on a random Wednesday night. My girlfriend of 2 years, Lena, casually dropped the bomb while brushing her hair before bed. "Oh, by the way, Mark is staying over tonight. He'll sleep in my bed. I'll just sleep on the couch." I froze. Mark equals her ex. The same ex who'd cheated on her multiple times. The same guy she'd completely moved on from. The same guy she insisted she was just friends with now. I tried to keep my voice steady. "Why does he need to stay here? He had a fight with his roommate," she waved off. "You're acting weird. It's literally not a big deal." "It's uncomfortable," I said. "He's your ex." She scoffed, like I'd just announced the earth was flat. "You're acting possessive. I can share a bed with a friend. He's not a threat." I felt something inside me quietly snap, not with anger, but clarity. If she genuinely couldn't understand why this was disrespectful, what were we even doing? So instead of arguing, I simply nodded. "You're right," I said calmly. "I don't want to be possessive." She looked surprised, maybe even a little smug, thinking I'd back down. I didn't. I grabbed an overnight bag, packed some clothes, and headed to my brother's place across town. Lena barely looked up from her phone. "Where are you going?" "To give you space," I said. "Enjoy your sleepover." Her expression flickered, just for a moment, unsure if she'd pushed too far. But she didn't say anything. Not until 3 days later. That's when my phone exploded with calls. Missed call after missed call. 10 in a row. Then a text. "Please call me. It's an emergency." I ignored it at first, assuming she wanted another argument. But then she sent a wall of texts that made my stomach drop, not out of fear, but disbelief. Apparently, Mark had a girlfriend. A girlfriend who didn't know he and Lena were friends. A girlfriend who showed up at Lena's apartment uninvited. A girlfriend who saw the unmade bed, the toothbrush, the clothes. A girlfriend who immediately put two and two together and started screaming. Cops were called. Neighbors filmed it. The entire hallway heard everything. And Lena? She wanted me back. "Can we talk, please?" I shouldn't have said those things. "I miss you. I want us. I need you." But at that moment, I wasn't alone. I was sitting across from someone who actually respected boundaries, someone who didn't think just friends included exes with toothbrushes at their place. A girl who'd asked me out for coffee that morning. And Lena had no idea. When Lena's 11th call came through, I finally stepped outside the cafe. The girl I was with, Emily, gave me a small, understanding nod. She wasn't the jealous type either. She just communicated like an adult. A refreshing concept. I answered the phone. Lena's voice was a mess of tears, rapid breathing, and hysteria. "Please, please, can you come over?" It was a disaster. "I need you. I don't know what to do." I leaned against a light pole outside the cafe, watching people walk by. Normal, calm people, living normal, calm lives that didn't involve surprise ex-boyfriend sleepovers. "What happened?" I asked, keeping my tone flat. That opened the floodgates. She explained everything in frantic bursts. Mark had shown up, needing a place to stay again. She let him sleep in her bed this time because it was late. His girlfriend, now an ex-girlfriend, showed up banging on the door. She dragged Mark into the hall by his hoodie, accused Lena of being the backup girl, called Lena every name in the book, threatened to fight her. A neighbor filmed the entire meltdown, and now the whole building was whispering. Lena ended her monologue with, "I just want you here. I want to feel safe. Safe. Safe with me." The same guy she dismissed for being possessive for having normal human boundaries. I sighed and said, "I'm sorry that happened, but I'm not coming over." There was a stunned pause. "You're not?" "No. I gave you space, remember? That's what you wanted." Her breathing sharpened. "Wait, are you still mad?" "Babe, it wasn't like that. I swear nothing happened." "I'm not mad," I said. "I'm done." Another silence, this one colder. "Done?" she whispered. "Done with what exactly?" "Us." There was a sharp inhale, like the world had dropped out from under her. "You don't mean that. You love me." "I did," I corrected gently. "But you wanted freedom from possessiveness. So I'm giving it to you." Her voice cracked. "Please, can we meet? Talk. Work this out." I thought about Emily inside, sipping her latte, waiting patiently. We'd talked for hours already. She laughed easily. She listened. She had boundaries without weaponizing them. She didn't treat respect like a chore. We can't work something out, I said. Not when you made your ex more comfortable in your home than your own boyfriend. Lena sobbed harder. Why are you being like this? I made a mistake. You didn't make a mistake, I said. You made a choice. And your choices finally told me everything I needed to know. She tried one last time. I can fix this. Just give me another chance. But here's the thing. Chances aren't infinite. Especially when someone treats trust like a toy they can drop whenever it's convenient. I ended the call with the most honest thing I'd ever said to her. You didn't lose me, Lena. You gave me away. Then I blocked her. Not out of spite. Out of self-respect. When I walked back inside, Emily smiled and raised her cup. You okay? She asked. Yeah, I said. Actually, I think I am. For the first time in a long time, I felt light, clean, free, and not the kind of free Lena talked about, the careless, boundaryless kind, the good kind, the self-worth kind, the kind where I didn't have to compete with someone's past to feel valued in their present. Update that I didn't plan to post an update this soon, but last night was something. After blocking Lena, I stayed at my brother's place for the week. He has a big house, 2 kids, a dog who thinks he's a security guard, perfect hiding spot. At 1 a.m., the dog went ballistic. I thought maybe a raccoon got into the trash again. Nope, it was Lena, standing on the porch, crying, shaking, mascara everywhere, wearing pajama pants and slippers like she ran out of her apartment the moment she snapped. My brother opened the door before I did, and all I heard from him was, "Nope, absolutely not. Not at 1 in the morning." She pushed past him and practically lunged toward me. Why did you block me? How could you do that to me? I stayed sitting on the couch. Calm. Detached. Not rude. Just done. Lena, go home. She dropped to her knees. Literally on her knees in my brother's living room, sobbing loud enough to wake the kids. I messed up. I know that. But you can't just walk away from everything we had. My brother's wife came down the stairs and gave me the handle this, or I will personally throw her out by her hair. Look. I walked Lena outside. The moment the door closed behind us, she grabbed my shirt and whispered, I'll cut contact with Mark. I'll block him. I'll never speak to him again. I'll do anything. Just don't leave me. I gently took her hands off me. You don't get to remove the consequences of your choices after the fallout hits. That's not growth. That's panic. She shook her head, crying harder. I didn't sleep with him. It wasn't like that. Lena, I said, I don't care if you slept with him or not. You chose him over me long before he stepped into your apartment. She froze, like the words actually hit somewhere deep. Then she started bargaining. We can go to therapy. I'll delete every guy on my phone. I'll let you set all the rules. I'll move in with you so you know I'm not doing anything. It was heartbreaking in a way. Not because I wanted her back, I didn't, but because she suddenly valued what she once took for granted only after she lost it. That's not love. That's fear of consequences. I told her I wasn't coming back. Not now. Not later. Not when she proves herself. We're just done. She stared at me for a long time, like she was seeing someone she didn't recognize. Then she whispered, You really don't love me anymore, do you? I didn't lie. I love myself more now. She left without another word. My brother locked the door behind her and said, What kind of telenovela did you drag into my home? I laughed for the first time all night. And yeah, it hurt, but it also felt like closure. Real closure. Final update. A week passed after Lena showed up at my brother's house, and life finally started settling into something that felt normal. Quiet. Peaceful. Mine. I was still talking to Mia, the girl from the coffee shop date. We'd been out 2 more times since then. She laughed easily, listened when I talked, and didn't play games. If she said she liked me, she meant it. If she said she'd text me, she did. No mixed signals. No mind games. No exes crashing on the couch. It was strange stepping into something so simple after years of emotional gymnastics. The final message. The real final moment came on a Thursday afternoon. I was waiting for my coffee order when my phone buzzed. Lena. New number. Of course. The message was long. Paragraphs of apologies, explanations, emotional spirals, and things she should have said when it mattered. But the very last part is what stuck out. I just need to hear you say it. Tell me there's no chance left. I'll accept it if it comes from you. For the first time, I didn't feel anger or sadness, just clarity. I typed, There's no chance left, Lena. You didn't lose me because of your ex. You lost me because you thought I'd tolerate being treated like an option. I won't. I hit send. No shaking hands. No second guessing. Just finality. She didn't reply. Not right away. Not later. Not ever. It was done. The door that closed. That night, Mia and I met for dinner. At one point she said, almost casually, "You're really easy to be around. I like that." And I realized. I felt easy. Not tense. Not suspicious. Not walking on emotional landmines. Easy. After dinner, I walked her to her car. She hugged me, slow, warm, steady, and it hit me. I had spent so much time in a relationship where I was made to feel insecure, needy, possessive, when all I had wanted was basic respect. And now I was finally standing with someone who gave it without being asked. The real ending. Later that night, I blocked Lena's new number. Not out of anger, but because there was nothing left to talk about. She made her choices. I made mine. And for once, mine were about me. The relationship ended when she treated my trust like a suggestion. My healing began when I stopped giving her chances she hadn't earned. And for the first time in a long time, I felt genuinely excited for whatever comes next. Not with fear, not with desperation, just with the simple, quiet confidence of someone who finally chose themselves and walked away for good.